What is up, everybody? It's your boy GQ, and I'm with Boulevard, and we are live at the bench.
Yo,
What's up, Boulevard? How you doing today?
I am good. You know me. I'm always good. Got my chi at peace. How you doing,
Yeah,
GQ?
I'm good, but you know what's even better?
What's that?
Warberry, raspberry, sour soda, or whatever.
It looks good. I'm sure it is good. I love warheads. I miss
Yeah,
sugar.
I don't know. They're not sponsoring us or anything. I just like it.
Hmm.
Don't know where I got it from. Don't know how much it costs. But if you out there and you want to try something different, try Warheads Sour Blue Raspberry Soda. I'm not
I'm a
sure what
have to.
flavors they got. Yeah, but go
They
out there
used
and
to,
try
used
it.
to rock with
I
those. They
think you
used to
found it
rock
at a
with
dollar
warheads.
store.
Warheads, Sour Patches, all them joints. All them odd tasting candies. Just not Mary Jane's. Mary Jane's can go to hell.
Absolutely. We're not here to talk about soda though. We're
Oh,
here to talk about fighting.
yeah. I
Not
like
organized
fighting.
fighting. Not organized fighting. We're talking about fighting that just pops up.
No, none of that J. Paul crap.
Nah.
Those
And you
red
know
J.
the
Paul fights.
no, not those ones. But recently, actually, was it last night?
Yeah, I think.
We saw the baseball game. Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson squared up, and they were like, "We gonna fight." Well, I don't know why they wanted to fight, and I'm not sure if it was like we're gonna fight, but they squared up. They
Right.
squared up. They put their hands up, and they was ready. Um, if we got the clip ready, let's watch it. It should be fun. Let's watch it. If we got the clip ready,
I always got the clip ready. I just gotta share it with the crowd, the fans in attendance, and the millions watching at home.
yeah.
Let's get ready to rumble. You got a good old fashioned baseball fight. Ooh, they fighting. He went down like a champ. Oh, man. That was sucking move. Boy, just yeah.
I
Fell
guess
into
Teacup Stone Cold Steve Austin. He comes down the steps like his music's about to play. Did in, did in, did in. It's Austin! It's Austin! It's Austin!
Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Got a good old slugger knocker. I love a good baseball fight.
Hmm.
Best baseball fight I ever saw was Orioles versus Mariners in like '94. I'm old. Look at they really
Yeah.
squared up. They both really squared up and went down that easy. You got knocked out by
Let's
an
talk a
infield.
little bit about this.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about this.
All right.
Now, I can understand where you want to be in a league where you want to promote safety in the game. You don't want to see people getting hurt in the game. But there is some semblance of this where it is still competition. And we have to understand that people are going to fight, people are going to have their emotions high.
Right. Oh, I'm just gonna let
So
this run in the background.
people are going to let their emotions run high. So what I'm thinking that baseball, these different leagues, when this happens, I think the best thing to do in this situation is just let it play itself out. And the reason why I say that is I feel like if that person wasn't in the middle of them two, I don't think the hands would have been thrown.
Right.
I feel as though they would have just walked, they would have separated themselves. The
Oh, they
person would have
wouldn't
took
even
his bait.
stepped up. They wouldn't even put their hands up like they
Yeah,
was gonna do something.
I feel like the hands wouldn't have went up. I feel like they'd have just took their base and
Mm-hmm.
and let it go.
Right.
I feel like the only reason why they started fighting is because that person was in the middle and they felt like they had to escalate. Um,
Basically, just for the crowd.
and another thing is, I feel like when you clear the benches like that, when you bring so many different people in, you're going to escalate the situation. The situation escalated because all those people got involved. In my opinion, in my knowledge, I've always seen that a fight is going to happen. They're going to swing their swings and then they're going to just let it go. Uh, I feel as though that the league should let guys just fight. Just let them fight.
That Nolan Ryan versus Robin Ventura fight was hilarious. Nolan Ryan was like 45 years old. Put that man in the noogie and just started just socking him in the head. Got beat up by an old man.
Yeah, I feel as though you just let them fight. Let them fight. That's what I think. Just let people fight. Just let them get it out because at the end of the day, it doesn't really help to bring all those people out.
Right.
I remember back in the Tennessee back when the Tennessee Titans had Andre Johnson. Wait, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Texans had Andre Johnson and Titans had Cortland Finnegan, and they fought. They fought. I don't really think many people broke that up. I thought they swung at each other. Andre Johnson threw Cortland Finnegan to the ground. Cortland Finnegan got slapped up a few times. They separated, and that was the end of it.
Right.
I feel like when you bring too many fights into this, like when you add more to the fights, I feel like it's unnecessary. It's just leave the fight alone.
Yeah, let them fight. Let them get their aggression out, and then go back to the game.
Because in my opinion, they already know they're going to get suspended. They're going to get suspended. They fight. Let them take their suspension on the chin and continue with the game. Because once you clear the bench and let everybody just go, like once you clear the bench, then you're delaying the game even further because you got to get all those people back in the game. You have to stop the other fights that came in the middle of it. At this point, I say just let those two people fight. When those two fight, they just let the aggression out, and it's over after that. So, my personal opinion, I think the leagues should let that shit just ride out. What do you think? What is your thoughts on this?
My thoughts is, you're professionals playing a sport. If it gets to the point where you got that much aggression or anger towards that other player, yeah, go ahead, slug it out. What's it going to hurt? The fans aren't going to be upset about it. The fans are going to cheer on the home team, of course. Mm-hmm. Like, it's bad for the game, I guess, but it's good if you're good for ratings. Mm-hmm. It's good for highlights. It's a good story. It's got some feature. You could discuss it for a couple of days. But the way I see it, if you're going to fight, the moment you put your hands up, you're getting suspended anyway. Mm-hmm. So you might as well fight. And if anything, if you're going to be rushing the field or rushing the court, circle around the fighters and let them slug it out. Don't go trying to break up the fight because you ain't going to do nothing but get yourself suspended. The moment you leave the bench, you're suspended. Mm-hmm. That's the rule. Mm-hmm. So you stay on the bench or circle around the fight so they can fight in peace.
Yep.
Let them fight, though. That's how I feel. I'm always going to say let them fight. Because, I know the value of that. You got to get that aggression out. You got that. You got it all building up. You're playing a sport. Like, if you're playing baseball, you're playing a sport that ain't very physical, but you got all this physical aggression you need to get out. Especially if you feel like another player is doing you wrong or like they're getting too aggressive with the tags, which is what the boss said happened. He was getting too aggressive with the tags, and we're like, nah, you're not going to do that. We're going to fight. So, boy, with the fight. Bro got dropped. Like a chump.
Mm-hmm. He threw his hands up and got dropped.
Knocking each other down. Like, y'all soft. That shouldn't be happening. Hold your ground. Don't be all in the face to get knocked out. That's some punk shit.
I feel like
they're going to miss like 4 or 5 games each. Like the managers got kicked out of the game. A couple other bench players got kicked out of the game. That's what happens. Mm-hmm. Just let them fight. Mind your business.
Those two fight. Absolutely.
It ain't really affecting the field. It ain't really affecting the game. Say, if that umpire got swung on, then what? Now y'all beating up old people. Now we got elder abuse out there. Just let them fight. Stay out the way. You're gonna get around. Make a ring for them. Y'all want to watch the fight? We all want to watch the fight. Make a ring for them. Make it easier. Make it so they can get their aggression out. So they can beat the crap out of each other. Who isn't all for that? I don't care about the stupid unwritten rules of baseball. ever since I've been watching baseball, I've been seeing players fight. I just showed one from 1991. I just showed a basketball play from like 1967 where Kermit Washington got knocked out to Rudy Tomjanovich. It's part of the game. When you're playing aggressive sports and you're being aggressive, that happens. That's what happens. It's part of the game. Let them fight.
100%.
Fine them after. Suspend them after. Players, stay to yourself. Don't break up the fight. Don't get in the middle because you're going to get knocked out. That's how I feel about it.
That's why the guy looked like it was a tussle between two people in that basketball clip. Looked like there was something going on between two other people, and the guy took it upon himself to run after it, and the guy knocked him to the ground.
That's what happens. Mind your business. Mind your business.
And I've always known, like, I see a fight going on, I'm minding my business. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
But I say it's a sport that I've never played because but it's very well known in Vermont. It's like their sport. Hockey did it right. Hockey, they let you go ahead your thing. Like, it's part of the game.
Right. You fight, then you go to the penalty box. Ain't nobody trying to pick it up. They're going to stand there and let y'all get it out, and then you're going to get your punishment. That's fair.
You get. I say let them square up. Let them put their hands up. Boop boop. Somebody falls to the ground. That's it.
Right. Y'all grown men. Grown men. Y'all need to fight.
And if you and I say what happens is, this is for the NFL. Let's say two players start going at it. Let them square up. Bing, bing, bing. They want to leave the helmet on. Leave the helmet on. I don't care.
Right.
Don't take the helmet off. I don't think the helmet needs to go off. Let them tussle a little bit.
You take the helmet off.
Because if the helmet comes off, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Once the helmet comes off, you end it. That's when the refs end it. But I say, if you let it go like that, they're going to just tussle with each other. They keep their equipment on. They're going to tussle with each other. Let them do that until they stop. They're going to stop. Once it goes to the ground, blow your whistle, end it right then and there. And guess what? Keep the clock running.
Right.
Keep the clock running. It's a part of the game. And then they do that. They done for that quarter. Take them out the game for that corner. Then it's done.
True. That'll be the end of the fight.
Just let them do their thing. Just like with do the same thing with basketball. And we got Andre Rison versus Dion.
Mm-hmm.
And we out here giving free advertisements.
Well, them warheads. You got any more of them? You should send me some. I don't think we got those up here. They got sugar in them. Where's this doggone fight? Why this video so long? I only need 13 minutes to show the fight. I just want to see them slapping the crap out of each other's helmets. All right, I'm fast forwarding because
smacking helmets.
All right.
I think next time you want to have these videos queued up already.
Oh no, this one just crossed my mind. I forgot this even happened. I'm just pulling out fights from the past. Good famous fights from the past. Here we go. I think I'm up to it now.
But Dion was shutting Andre Rison down. That's why he was mad.
Mm-hmm.
Mate.
No, what I heard, Rison was mad because Dion left the team. He went to San Fran.
Mate. Oh yeah, there we go. This right here. Yes, this is what happened.
They was really slapping.
There you go. It sorted itself out.
Me.
It sorted itself out. Keep them in. Let them fit.
Yeah,
just take them out for the rest of that quarter. That's it. That's all you do. That's what you do in the NFL. Basketball, do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball players are soft as hell. They're not fighting. They're not going to fight.
Right.
They're not going to fight. Let them
fight. There be some big boys in the NBA, but you just look at me like you know they ain't been in fights in their life. You got the fake tough guys running around, pushing people because they know they got backup. You got 12 dudes ready to jump in and have your back right there. That's why they be out there fighting. They don't do that on the street.
Yeah, just let them fight. Let them get it out. They throw their hands up. As soon as the hands go up, you
suspend it.
Let
them fight.
Yeah, let them fight. Kick them out. Because there's no reason.
Ain't no penalty boxing football.
And I think they need to in that rule. Everybody, whoever else step off the bench is suspended. Coaches
Mm-hmm.
too. Coaches,
Yeah.
managers, everybody.
Yeah.
You step off, you suspended. You get the same penalty as everybody else. That'll make the game really interesting.
Yeah. Y'all want to fight?
Because
The football game, y'all want to fight? Walk to the 50, slug it out.
yep. Because I'll say this right now. Let's say your quarterback, your head coach is Ron Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say their wide receiver starts fighting with
Hugh Douglas. I don't know.
yeah, let's say he starts fighting with the defensive tackle. They start fighting. Next thing you know, it's into the 50. The head coach Ron Rivera comes out on the or Eric Bieniemy comes on the sideline or comes off the sideline. Now, not only is the wide receiver suspended, not only is that defensive tackle suspended, your offensive coordinator is suspended now too. Who's going to call your plays? Now the game just got interesting.
Right.
So,
I mean, it don't hurt the game. Like, I know people want to say, "Oh no, it's bad for the game," but you can't prove to me that fighting on the
Not bad for
field
the game.
is bad for the game. You can't. I need evidence that that's bad for the game.
it's
Because
not bad
as
for the
a
game.
fan, I enjoy it every time I see it. So I mean, it's not bad for the game for me. It's good for the game. It's fun.
not
It's
bad
fun.
for ratings.
Distraction from the minutia of play. Now you got a little sideshow because they've been getting too aggressive over the last 2 quarters. I'm for that. Let it out on the field.
And here's my thing. People say it's bad for the game. Why is it bad for the game? Because seeing people fight is gruesome. Why watch boxing? Why is boxing a sport? Why is UFC a sport?
Right.
If you're willing to accept that boxing and UFC are sports, then you can't sit there and say if 2 football players get mad and fight it's unacceptable.
Right.
No, you cannot convince me that's bad for the game.
No.
For one, if you tell me that 2 players on a football field started fighting, I'm gonna go. You wanna know what the most searched thing is gonna be? That fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be most talked about thing. That fight. So,
Yep.
boom. That's the interesting thing. Now everybody's gonna be tuning in because they want to see if there's more fights. If you say that the NFL has a rule where they're gonna give everybody 60 seconds to hash out that little fight, and then but they'll be done for the game. Hell yeah, you'll see at least 4 or 5 different duos lined up on the 50, down the 50-yard line, throwing it up. No helmet, no, can't take your helmet off. They're just gonna be make.
That's it.
That's it. And then once somebody touches the ground, you draw that play dead.
Exactly.
You're done. Get out. And that's how you stop. And honestly, it'll be entertaining. But not only is it going to be entertaining, but it's also going to be one of those things that stops the fight from happening because it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it for somebody to risk suspension. Because like when you do that, when you bring all those other people, because what's happening is these people, they're trying to impress somebody, they're trying to show off, and
Right.
and I've known in my history of my life, whenever I see fights, you see people in each other's face, and they're not gonna really do nothing. They just
Right.
what swing at me.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Right.
You ain't got shit.
You
Yeah.
get a lot of that. You
A lot
get
of
that.
boisterousness.
But as soon as somebody come in the middle to try to break that up, that's when somebody take the first swing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always felt like, just chill, back up, let them fight. I bet nothing's going to happen until
Right.
somebody intervenes.
I mean, you know how many NBA players I love to see just get stomped out?
What is this?
Cincinnati Xavier from 2011. I believe it was the conference tournament, like the 3rd round of the A10 conference tournament.
Oh,
Pretty sure the game was over at this point, too. But I remember at the time it was a doozy. Like 6 people got suspended or so for this one. There's fights in sports all the time is the point. I can keep finding different fights over the course of history across sports. We could go look at the Zinedine Zidane headbutt from the World Cup back in the day. Violence is a part of sports. That's just the way it is. And if people don't like the fact that players are fighting, Mostly because they're aggressive by nature. That's what a professional athlete is.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, don't watch the sports because it's going to happen. You got people running into each other constantly. You got people throwing elbows. You got people shoving each other around. It happens. It's part of the game. It's good for the game.
If you, like,
I don't know. I mean, wait, that said oh, this one's from '96. No, I don't care about that. No,
it's like
nobody cares about that.
Seeing,
I don't even think that's a
when
fight.
you throw out, when you sit there and say that you don't want to see fighting in sports, but you got to understand that's exactly what sports is.
Mm-hmm.
Sports, from back in the day when sports was the invention of sports, the invention of any type of sport or competition was two people. What was it? Out they were fighting in sword fights. It was basically me versus you in front of everybody. That's what it was. That's what competition was. There was no football, there was no baseball, there was no basketball. It was this gladiator versus this gladiator, this Spartan versus this Spartan, this Rome. I mean, I know
all the
that's
way
not
back
what
to the
it was called.
Colosseum, the old original Olympics, like the Grecian Olympics. Wrestling was part of that. Boxing was part of that. It's always been part of sports. Physical
That's
combat.
what sports was.
Yes.
That's what sports was, and
It's
that's
our
what
nature.
sports is today. It's one human letting out their aggression and anger against that person. That's what it is. When you start, and I promise you, it's always been one of those things. Let this person and this person let it out. You always come to a resolution that's going to be favorable. I mean, not necessarily favorable to each player, but it's favorable to the game because it's entertaining. It's entertaining. And not only is it entertaining, you get that stuff out of there. Yeah, your player, like your team, might be like, all right, y'all knocked my player out, but we about to whoop your ass now.
Right.
You know.
You don't think that fire up both teams? Is that bad for the game? That can't possibly be bad for the game if both teams are pumped up for the next competition, for the next down, for the next pass, whatever have you. That's going to pump up your teammates. Win or lose, they're going to be more aggressive because they see what's happening out there. I am all for fighting on the field. I'm all for fighting in practice. I ain't saying just go around looking for a fight, but I'm saying if you got to throw hands, throw hands.
You got to throw hands, throw hands.
Yeah. It's the way I live my life.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't down with throwing some hands, hit the bench. And while you're there, like, share, and subscribe. Go look at us on Spotify. We are all over the world, and we're putting it all out there. So if you got a topic for us, feel free to hit us up on the Twitter sphere or X or whatever they're calling it now. Hit us up on Facebook. You can hit us up. We open to hear it.
Let me ask you this though: what was your favorite sports fight?
I can't remember. Probably the Ron Artest, Ben Wallace, the Indiana.
Oh, the Malice at the Palace. How did I forget about that one? Woo, that was a doozy. Yeah. Damn.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't y'all tell us in the comments what your favorite fights was?
Yeah, I'm dying to know.
Later, Gators.
Peace.